Hello everyone, welcome. Hello everyone, welcome. I'm the artist behind Color My Dreams. So nice to see so many of you here. Today we will be coloring the realistic apple. Hello again, Paula and Rai. Welcome. Okay, so first we're going to start. So I've decided on a red one. Hi Mom. I'm gonna start by doing some green here, and the light will come from the right hand side. So I've got the light falling on the apple here, and then the darker side there, and then the stem is also casting a shadow. Okay, I'm just zooming in a bit so that you can see better. Then we also just gonna except for the small little lines that's in an apple and the coloration of lines and the highlighted lines, there's also little dots that I don't think you can see so clearly on this camera, but we will get to all of that. And then also the shadows of the greens of the leaf. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let me see if I can get you guys a little closer. There we go. So first of all, I'm going to do colors as an underlayer. Now the underlayer is important because those colors will shine through. So first of all, I'm going to do nectar. Hi Nana. Hi Helen. So my nectar will be in the shadow area. And the nectar will give the shadow area a pinkish tinge that will shine through. And then here around the light area. Next is grey-green light, PC289. So I'm giving my apple highlight a shape. Next is lemon yellow, BC 915. Now here I'm giving the apple some brightness to the color. So even though you're going to put red over it, the yellow will brighten it up. Next is pale vermilion, PC 921. And this is also a brightish orangey, reddy, pinky color. But it will give depth to the red. Yes, Joanna, it's apple day. Next is goldenrod, PC 1034. And the goldenrod we'll put on the back side of the apple. Next is poppy red, PC 922. And here we just add some red. And nectar again, PC 1092. And I just want to cover that section with the lemon yellow again, PC 915. And there we go. That's our underlayer done for the apple. Now we're going to start with the details. Wendy, it is actually, the yellow is important because the yellow shines through the red because of the texture that you will see more clearly on this section of the apple. You know those little lines that forms on a red apple? So the yellow will connect all of the colors. So I'm going to start with the top first. Hi Kat, welcome. Nice to see you. Okay, first up is light amber, PC 941. So now I'm doing small little lines. So you will color the whole apple in short line strokes, not flat like you would normally color. Hi Rain, welcome. Next is bronze, PC 1028. So now I'm just extending the shadows slightly. Next is lime peel, PC 1005, because we want a little bit of green in there, even though it is a shadow area. So I'm giving it a little bit of green. Next is green ochre, PC 1091, because we want some darker green in here now. Next is olive green, PC 911, for a little bit more green. Yes, so true, Sherry. Next is raspberry, PC 1095. Now I'm darkening the shadow where right where the stem will come out of the apple. That will be the darkest section, and this section of the shadow. Next is Chartreuse PC 989. So I just want a little bit of brightness right here on the apple. Okay, now I'm going to move, oh, and then pale sage, sorry. So pale sage PC 1089. So the pale sage is right at the back, but even though it is light there, it's very slight, but it makes a big difference when you add it in. It gives it a more rounded shape. Now I'm going to move over to the top section. We're going to do the apple bit by bit. I find that's easier. So next up is, let me just find the color. Raspberry PC 1030. Hi Kenny, welcome. So now I'm basically adding lines onto the apple in short strokes. So it's not even straight lines. It takes the shape of the apple, and it's not the same stripe either. Oh, what were you eating, Kenny? Sorry, I missed you before. Next is Canary Yellow PC 916. So the canary yellow is like a light part of my apple, but it's really up to you how you do it. This is not very precise, but you normally have more greens at the top, a little bit of yellow, a little bit red. It can be more red. This is just a interesting apple that I saw and I'm doing. Next is Nectar PC 1092. So this apple have more of a little bit of a pink side to it. So on this side, it's almost like my lines are more fadey. See, so as you add the nectar to over the yellow, you get like a orangey pinky tinge. So that will pull all the colors together because of the background color. That's why we did the underlayer color. Hi Michelle, welcome. Uh, Next is my name is gone on this one. Cadmium orange. Here's a longer pencil. It's still got a name. Hello Maribel, welcome. Nice to see you here. Next is lime peel. I just want to bring in a little bit of green into this top section that we are doing at the moment. So on my apple, I found that just before I got to see the yellow, there's almost like a greenish tinge to it. Don't worry about the highlight, we'll do that later. Hi Andrea, welcome. Nice to see you here. Okay, next I'm gonna add some yellow again, but my lemon yellow, PC 915. So here on the rim I have a slight yellow dot. Then I'm using salmon pink, PC 001. It's almost like you have a highlight where the lines almost fades. Loretta, am I talking you to sleep? Next is Scarlet Lake, PC 923. Now I'm adding some of the red lines that we will have on the apple. I'm slightly extending the red to the back. Okay, next is Poppy Red, PC 122. I just want to get the medium, more orangey reds in before we carry on with the darker red. Cat, you're funny. No, you must just go for it and try it. At least this is one of the things that you don't need to make it look pretty. So you can just have fun coloring them. Now I'm extending my lines down the apple. Hi Tammy, welcome. Oh, Tamlin, sorry. Terry Lynn. And hi Tammy. Good night, Andrea. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. Oh, Tammy, that's wonderful. I'm sure you will do it justice. It's a fun page to color. It's a bit different. Nothing needs to be pretty here. And I've seen some beautiful colored pages of her. Next is Scarlet Lake, PC 923. Now I'm doing the slightly darker sections of the red. Hi, Gilly's Art. Welcome. Now I'm just accentuating some of the lines here at the top. I just need to sharpen my pencil quickly. Yes, I agree, Paula. There's just not enough time to color all the pictures we like to. Next is Goldenrod, PC 1034. Now the goldenrod, I'm filling in between the red lines. But now it almost looks like we've lost most of the lines. So now I'm just going to go in with a darker red. I'm going to go in with Crimson Red, PC 924. And right over our dirty fingernails. don't think I would like to eat an apple that's been passed on by such dirty hands, though. Oh, thank you, Tyrillin. Now, normally these apples are slightly darker at the bottom, but because her fingers are in the way, we're only going to do it slightly. Oh, and it's random, not one apple is the same, so this is just the basics. Okay, now I'm going back with the goldenrod, BC1034, and I'm going in between the reds. Yes, Kat, you're quite right. They are all different. Now we need to darken our shadow area. Now I'm going to go in with raspberry, BC1030. Now in the beginning, where I'm adding the raspberry is where we added the red for the underpainting or under um, layer of coloring. Okay, now I need to get a little bit of yellow right there at the top before the shadow. So next is Canary Yellow, PC 916. So right next to the shadow that we've added, I'm just brightening it slightly. And here, I'm also just adding a little bit of yellow. And extending it down a bit. I'm back to the raspberry again, PC 1030. I'm just darkening some of the lines here at the top. Okay, next is Permanent Red, PC 122. You need a lighter line of red on the darkest side of the apple. Oops, I think I've messed up the shot, but doesn't matter. Next is Black Raspberry, PC 1095. Now I'm just giving it a really dark shadow on this one side. Next is Black Cherry, PC 1078. I just want the shadow to have a little bit more purple to the edge of it. And also here at the top. Hi Bertha, welcome. Next is black, PC 935. Now the black is just in the middle of the shadow, here under the fingers, and here right at the bottom. Next is raspberry, PC1030. So now I'm just darkening this section here again a little, giving it a little bit of more of a rounded shape here at the bottom. Now I'm adding the shadow that the finger cast onto the apple. So here from the nails and then the finger, it will cast a slight shadow. And then again, here where this bottom finger is touching the apple, it will be darker there. Okay, next is eggshell, PC 140. Yes, she needs a serious manicure. We must get somebody to give her one. Now I'm shading in my highlighted area. So you slightly go over the color and onto the white. Next is white, PC 938. Now I'm just closing my white section off here. Now you can make a shape in your white area if it's not a completely rounded one, like there's almost like a slight dent. But for this one, it's a nice rounded poison apple. And then there's two little marks at the top. Next is lime peel, PC 1005. I'm going over the shadow that we have here that the stem is casting onto the apple. And then I'm going to use chocolate, PC 1082. And then darkening it on the back of the shadow. So it will be, the shadow will be lighter in the middle section and then dark on the outside and dark right next, almost next to the stem. I just need a little bit of red again. I'm taking crimson red, PC 924. So I'm just adding a little bit of red here on the rim of the apple. And then lemon yellow, PC 915, just to get the yellow back again on this side. Oh, thank you, Nana. And thank you, Pam. Now we're going to do the stem and the leaf. Now the stem is pretty straightforward. It's not too difficult. You've got your darkest section at the bottom. So I will darken it, but in short lines again. So the stem is also just short lines that we are drawing, small little ones. Next is, I need to sharpen my pencil for this one. I think I need to bring you guys closer. You can't really see that well. Yes, Paula, that would be great. Think we must add a worm. That's so true, Helen. Oops. So right on the edge, I'm adding highlights now. And this is with eggshell, PC 140. Next is light amber, PC 141. Next is burnt ochre, PC 943. So now we basically have the stem done. We just need a little bit of green. Can't be too dry stem. Let's take lime peel, PC 1005. Just to add a little bit of green. Can't be such a dead one. And a little bit of black just to finish it off, PC 935. So here right at the bottom, in the shadow side of the stem, I'm adding black so that it can stand out more. And now it stands out more. Okay, so now we move over to the leaf. The leaf, I'm going to start with Pale Sage, PC 1089. So first we do the highlights of where the light catches the leaf. So it will be the rim of the leaf. The edges of leaves normally catches more light than what people think. We put in some of the highlights. I'm also going over the veins of the leaf to highlight them. We'll give it a shadow just now. Okay. Next, we're gonna do the shadows, the darkest section of the leaf. So I'm using green ochre, PC 1091. So right next to the vein, we will have a shadow on the one side of the vein. But you must keep the shadow, if you draw it at the one side at the top, it must stay on that side all through all the veins. And now I'm just softening the shadows that's on the leaf itself. Next is lime peel, PC 1005. So now I'm just adding a mid-tone to the leaf. So now it's really bright. Now we need to tone it down with some browns. So next is burnt ochre, PC 943. So now I'm slightly going over all of the leaf where you want it to be softened. So here right next to the main vein, this vein will catch light more in the middle section. So I'm giving it a shadow here, and then on this side it will also be softened because it's denting in, and also on this side. Now I'm adding olive green, PC 911. Now on the back it will be darker, so I'm adding a little bit more dark green there. And here. Now everyone's gone quiet. Now because it cools like that, you will have some of your edges that will be lighter in certain parts. But I'll show you that just now. We just need to add a little bit more brown. Let's add some light amber. PC 941. Okay, so the edges, with the light coming from my right hand side, this edge here will be more accentuated. As soon as it curves, then there's a slight shadow in the line, so it's not a squiggle all the way through. So let's take the green ochre and the pale sage. Now the green ochre, I'm just giving this vein a little bit of a shadow. Softening the veins and the edges. Hi Kat, welcome. So nice to see you here. Loretta, that sometimes happens and you just need a fresh set of eyes. So sometimes when somebody else looks at it and then it's maybe just something small that because you're concentrating so hard on one section of the page, then it's something small that you can just change and then it's perfect. So now with the pale sage, I'm accentuating the corner, this section here. And that's it. The apple is done. So let's do a page giveaway. You can choose a number between 1 and 100. Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you, Abby. You can choose any page from my Etsy shop. The one with the closest to the number wins. If it's um, thank you, Kat. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, nothing over or under. It's closest to the number wins the page. Is all the numbers in? Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Anne. The lucky number is 43. So who's the winner? Thank you, Wendy. Andrea. Congratulations. Congratulations, Andrea. You can PM me or email me, and you can choose anything from my Etsy shop, and I will email your prize to you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It was great having you all here tonight. Thank you, Mom, for being my mod. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Have a great day further, or a great day, or a great evening. Depends where you are. Bye bye.